Hey there, this is K4A, Knowledge for All educational videos and tutorials. In today's video I'm going to talk about Godot game engine community manager, which is this girl here, or however she calls herself, and what is she doing currently. She is blocking users on Twitter, GitHub, and similar um, social networks, Discord, and so on, because of their attitude in terms of politics, or even worse, about engine. So I guess it would be normal if she was blocking people if they talk about things which don't have any connection with the game engine and stuff like that. Like, okay, this is not the place to talk about gender, about agendas, about politics, about economy, or I don't know, whatever. Just talk about engine. But the funny thing is that people who were asking about game engine improvement were also blocked. So I have picked this picture of her from Twitter, and I think it's really cool because her um, Twitter username is some kind of, I think, veggie murderer or something like that. We will see that in a second. And she's like in some kind of t-shirt covered with blood. I'm fine. And it's funny because it's like she's on a murder spree, veggie murderer on a murder spree of Godot community or Godot users. And the power that she has is absolute. She can block you just because she can. And it's funny because and that's the short story. Yeah, for you who have more time, you can listen me more. For you who hurry, that's it. About we're going to talk about that Godot users blocked on Discord, YouTube, GitHub, and similar stuff just because. And yeah, from a bigger perspective, that's why I make those videos so long. I hope you can see that stuff that I was talking about in other videos, like Unity, runtime fee, Unreal Marketplace, and stuff like that. Even before that on Helldivers and Sony, and even before that on some game maker subscription fee and stuff like that, Adobe, and YouTube also, and stuff like that. Those are all big companies. They are not our friends. They do not see you as a friend, even if they can write that on the Twitter or wherever, in whichever social network you use. They always look at you as a user in terms of someone who spends money, like a client, like a shopping user, not as a friend, not as a community, not as someone who is their partner, and have some kind of voice which will be not worshipped, but just listened to, in terms of okay, you have something to say, I will listen and see if I can use your opinion, use your knowledge, use your experience to make the product which I'm making here better. And that works for all of us. And again, maybe, I don't know, maybe like 5 to 10% of those maybe companies are actually using that and behaving like that, but for most of those big companies there is already so many proof that they don't care. We have seen that with game engines like Game Maker, who tried to pushed the subscription fee, and when they failed, they go back to one-time fee. Same with Unity, with trying to add runtime fee, which is crazy. No one did that before. It doesn't make sense. Same with Unreal or Adobe or companies like that trying to make bigger and bigger ecosystems where they pull you and try to keep you in it as much as possible, again with all of your rights behind, in terms of they can delete your account wherever they want. They can block you by anything you say or behave, or even worse, you most of the time you even don't know why that happened, like now with this community manager blocking people for asking about improvements in Godot engine, which is completely legit and makes sense and logical. But also with YouTube you can get banned, or on your channel can lose subscribers or monetization just because someone thought so. So that is again something which I talked about a lot on my channel, and mostly on some specific videos like this one, and that's why they take so long. Other stuff is which I already mentioned about making comments which makes sense, and that happens, for example, on my channel a lot. I mean a lot, it's a small channel, very few people here making comments, but I see really good comments even if I don't I agree with them, but I'm not making those changes or which you talk about, because I'm not on that level. I don't have so much time, I don't have so much money, experience or stuff like that to do it. But for example, if I behave like this girl or these companies, I could probably block you or delete your comments or stuff like that. And the simplest example of that is, I guess, my videos are so long, and most of the time it doesn't make sense. I agree with that, but because I make them the way I do, without editing, without any kind of editing and post-production, I don't have time or strength or money to do that. That's mostly because of that, but also because I make those after I finish some job and stuff like that, so I'm mostly tired and slower than usual, but also because I want to connect lots of things and teach you or show most of you, especially younger users or not experienced, how things are connected. And I think someone here on this video actually, which is new, yeah, this one is also good. Man, you should sleep. That's true. This is not an insult, but I think this one maybe. This one had, I think, even better. Yeah. So again, Backstreet Nets made a comment that this is a 3-minute video dragged out for 15 minutes. Yeah, and this is true. I don't. Maybe I don't like to see this in terms of this guy or girl is saying truth here, and I try to make shorter videos, but as I just said a few moments ago, there are some reasons which it's not working yet, but I'm working on it at least. So this is good comment. It would help me to make my channel and my tutorials and stuff here content better, so it I can block it or delete it or block this user like this girl is doing for Godot, but from my point or perspective it doesn't make sense. It's not an insult, and this girl is, as you can see, murderveggie. So murderveggie going on murder spree, I will call this video, probably something like that. And she's community manager at Godot, and obnoxiously queer. No one who is into game development cares about that when he or she comes to Godot engine to learn stuff. So when I'm on Godot engine or Unity engine or Unreal, I want to see what's new there in terms of engine, what did you improve, what I can use it for, how I can learn it faster and better to make better games easier, and stuff like LGBT, politics, economy and so on. I leave that for another channels, for another topics and stuff like that. And when you try to mix those issues and those people who represent LGBT and politics parties and stuff like that, they just want to push their opinions, agendas, and thinking always in companies or ideas which don't have to be affected and turned into filth with those stuff. They're always pushing that stuff in it and so on until it's so dense and confused, and you can not avoid it, even if you want to talk about very simple stuff like in this case game engines. So again, it's funny because this is not only my opinion. I have seen people here on YouTube yesterday talking about this drama, and people like Asmongold with 3 million subscribers, Hero Hey with 600,000, this girl Vara Dark with 100,000, Lack of Entertainment 75,000, and they agree on most of the, and this guy is with 200 subscribers. But again, just as example of how they, even from bigger community YouTube channels to smaller, they agree on lots of stuff, but these guys don't care. Why? Again, just because I said it a few moments ago and in other videos, they are not your friends, they are companies. They look at you as someone who spends money on them, is submissive, subordinate to them, and it's just someone like what's the word, the term, I think cash cow or something like that, and they want to milk you for money, not your opinions or ideas. You are here just to spend your money and use whatever we make or say you should use. So I have watched all of those, most of those 5 clips, I think. This one I didn't, I just like the the thumbnail. And again, this one is, for example, only 3 minutes, so you don't have to listen to me. Just go to Darthawk Gaming, and this guy sums it up. And this guy here, Asmongold, he even uses some kind of terms which if I used on my channel I would probably get banned or something like that. So but again, they agree on most of the stuff, and they bring this issue because most of them are commenting games, game development in general and stuff like that. But it's not going to change anything. Again, what is funny to me is how some of those even older people, bigger community leaders and YouTube channel see these issues and these incidents like something which is surprising and stuff like that. This isn't surprising, this is pattern, and that's what I was talking about. And it's not only in game development, it's everywhere, and it's here to stay until you make them change it yourself, or make yourself some kind of viable alternative. It can be, for example, okay, I cannot make myself game engine, I'm not on that level of knowledge, but some community where I share with people, like-minded people, stuff, or if I can support some small creators of some small custom game engines and stuff like that, indie stuff and stuff like that, and you can do that, and you will be able to do that always in the future. That's how this world works. But expecting that these companies like Adobe, Unreal, Unity, even we see now Godot as we can say smaller indie game engine, a free open source, if you expect them to work with you and you to work with them on equal terms, it's not going to happen. One of other things which, yeah, here there was some guy in yeah, first of all, the comments which I was talking about from my perspective and my channel, and the comments which people get banned and were banned in Godot community were about a game engine, which is crazy. Not about politics, not about LGBT, not about economy, but people saying like, can you focus on fixing supporting bitmap fonts to properly import into your engine first, instead of doing this sort of thing? It's delaying my project a lot, having to try to bug fix this with the little documentation you have for this. So this guy is saying, okay, you have a very little documentation on some issues like importing, supporting bitmap fonts, and fixing how to import them in your Godot engine. I have to do it on my own, and I cannot do it. I don't know how to do it. So can you please do that before talking about these issues you are talking now? And they ban him for this, and couple of similar comments and users getting banned. And yeah, it's fun. It's like reality check, I guess, for them, and some dreams are getting destroyed. Other not this one, yeah, this guy here, I have copy pasted his comment on Twitter. He is titanium supporter of Godot, which means he gives 100 euros or dollars to Godot as a supporter on monthly basis, without getting anything special in terms of, okay, you give the money and then what? We show your name on or company and link to your website. I mean, it's really some benefit, yeah. So anyway, this guy here, he supported Godot by paying $100 a month, or euros even more, and that's a lot. That's a lot. Not, I guess, not in terms of some country like mine, but even Western countries and top countries in terms of salaries and money. Nobody gives that amount of money monthly just because and just like that. It's not little amount of money, and this guy could, for example, buy I don't know, maybe 5 to even 10 or so subscriptions on monthly basis, like Netflix, Amazon Prime, or whatever it's called, Disney Plus. He could like get 5 or maybe up to 10 of those, or some kind of, for example, game subscription for monthly around $20, five of those or stuff like that. But he wanted to support this engine because he's using it, he likes it probably, and he sees that as normal, logical choice, and by supporting someone who develops something on its own. And I have a huge respect for that, but again, not every time, in terms of you have to think about it first to see who are you supporting, what are those people in real life, and what are their opinions and behaviors, not only what they make. Are those two things in a balance, like what am I making, and what is that product, and what kind of story I try to tell with it. Another side of the coin is how I behave in real life myself, in terms of what are my other opinions on real world and so on. So this guy was blocked, and his comment is, I have been blocked. Guess what? I'm titanium level backer for the Godot fund. Guess what my next move? Next move is declining or stopping the help, stopping the donations, like every sane person would do that. And all he said is, it seems focus on the engine and not politics. So that is forbidden by Godot. Focus on the engine and not politics. Crazy. So it's even funnier here how he says that they tried to make him apologize, like if we both apologize for what we did wrong. It's always like you did something wrong also, not us as a company. And I was talking about, when I talk about GameMaker, Unity, Unreal, Adobe, whatever company you want to pick, you can find it more or less in terms of they do not recognize their own mistakes. It's always like, no, it's you made it, you or both of us, but not me, myself alone, never. And that's so funny, and that's again one pattern you should be able to see, I hope, easier now. So yeah, I'm just pulling my funding. I'm not dealing with this creepy cult any longer, and so on. So this guy has, again, I opened here, I think his site, a link to from Twitter. There is a link to, I think, Life Art Studios, and his site or blog, whatever you want to call it. It's not very modern looking or updated, unfortunately, but he's sharing some kind of knowledge himself in terms of Unreal 4 streaming navigation data, how to manually update Gradle in Unity, Unreal Engine, Unity, Unreal VR development tips, stuff like that. This is great. This is what I like, and find it more important for me as game development, even if it's small, even if it's rare and not every day, to learn something, to see how someone is made some game or some feature or some animation, graphics, code, and share it for me so I can learn it easier, so I can speed up my development, and then later again, if I have something new to say and share, I do it myself, and that's how I give back to community. So I have a huge respect for him, even though again this is not updated or so on. But what I wanted to say and show here, that this guy is probably just a very normal guy on lots of terms, but somehow again it would make sense if this guy was like trying to pull some of his ideas or issues on Godot, and they were like, okay, you are not experienced, and so on. So no, just no block, but just no. But it's even funnier because he's Titanium supporter and gives 100. 100 is, yeah, to become a Titanium you have to give 100 euros a month. So this is Godot fund page, and it will be fun to see how much money they will lose after these people, community managers, blocking users just because they can. I'm fine, yeah, like the t-shirt says, and you should be also fine. You can be fine even if you don't use Godot, Unity, Game Maker, or Unreal. There are other game engines out there, smaller. I will talk about them, especially for beginner or intermediate users. It's fine, yeah, and these people, they can sell their agendas and their products to people who need those. But it will be funny to see how these numbers change, and if so in recent future, near future. But also, again, it's funny because these numbers, they just type it here on the site. They can type like we have 1,000 members or 2 or 3. You cannot check that, especially on YouTube with these subscribers and so on. And that's again one of possible ways how big companies fool you. They can use this data, made up data, because you cannot check it. And even if you check it and find that they were lying, they will not get held accountable. I think that's the word. They will not behave like they are guilty or feel some kind of I don't know, like punishment in terms of, okay, other than if you stop using them. So they can put, even if they have 5 users, they can say, okay, we have 1,000 and stuff like that. Same with money and so on. But again, from the small user, one person users, these situations which become more and more obvious in real life, they will affect you sooner or later. Again, I was talking about half an hour, but not only about this example here with Godot, but about much broader picture. But it's all the same, yeah. So the whole idea is that you should take care of yourself and explore other opportunities. Don't get attached to one company, one product, one idea, one person, whatever. You can do it, and you on other ways, and life itself will always give you more than one choice. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you in next one. Bye for now.